Guys, here's a great meters tune. People say I'm going to show you all the individual parts of the song. This is a great one to practice. You really got to get some of this chicken scratch going, you know. And then there's and then so those are all the parts. If you run through the song, you can see the transition. There's also a break. It does like it is. Okay, but anyway, so here's the deal. We got to get so it's in there. So that's the key to the song. The way I learned it, though, is I think you're better going. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to play it, and then just practice. You got to have that going the whole time. So anyway, so basically, okay, so what I'm doing there is I'm going to the A string and I'm putting my pinky on the 5th fret. It's like, so it's like a bam, bam. Okay, so pinky. Okay, so A string, pinky. Then I'm just going to lay that pointer finger down to make a G chord, bar chord. But instead of doing it this way, we're doing it this way. That's what I saw in the videos of them playing it, and that makes it easier. And I'm using my pinky a lot in this, but so it's like bam, bam, and then I'm leaving my pinky stationary on that A string on the 5th, and I'm raising. There's a little stretch there to the 2nd fret on the E string. Right. Back. And I'm using muting up here with this finger so that when I hit all the strings and do a rake, it just hits this A. So if you wanted to simplify it without the chicken scratch. And then what we're doing there is a formation of a D. And the way I'm doing that chord is I'm barring with my ring finger the bottom 3 strings, or really, and maybe muting the E, the bottom 2, but I'm bringing that down. It's kind of like that, but it's got most of the focus is here. You can almost mute these other ones. But here's the chord. Was that like a D9 maybe? Okay. And one quick hit on that one. And that, my friends, is E string, 5th fret, pointer, B string, 6th fret, birdie. Okay, so. Okay, and it does that twice, so here we go. And it does that twice, and it goes. it goes into that, and that's kind of the rhythm of the whole song. And with that one, I'm going, it's a 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and then sometimes I notice some Stoltz going. You know, I mean, you just got to find your feel, listen to the videos, but those are the notes. If you listen to the album with Leo, with a lot of scratch in there, okay? So, anyway. Okay? So that runs through that, and again, like I said, that strumming pattern will come if you just learn. Simplify it, then work that in, keep practicing it, get the flow going, and then you're good. Okay, well, so after you get through that part, well, then it's the people say, the chorus, it's G7. People say, okay, to a D7. And there's that's the main thing I'm seeing and hearing. And you know, he may play it like that, but I've seen them both. But so basically, I'm doing a G7 chord, which is I'm barring the third, putting my pointer finger down on the G string on the fourth, then going to the A string on the fifth, and then I'm just there's that hammer, that little kind of groovy. People say D7, okay? Or you can go down here. People say, okay? And you know, that's just doing this chord you're doing up here. You know, moving that to where you're on the A 10th, D 9th, G 10th with laying that sucker down if you know that chord. And then it's going down to that D7, which this formation. Either way. Then it goes. That's how it goes. It goes from that G at the end after it goes through it, I think 3 or 4 times. Okay. And then at the second time around, it goes to that people say, people say. That one's tricky. So we're going to slow that puppy down. I would just advise slowing that down, playing it very slow, and just making that part of your practice routine because it's quick, it's tricky, and it's fun. All right, so again. So we're on the D string, 5th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret twice. Practice that. Ba, 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 then that's going to the G string 5th. 1 2 1 2 1 2. We're G 5th. Then going back to D 7th. Then back to G 7th. All right, I got to go fast to get it. Then I'm going back to the G string, 7th to 5th. And that next little run is the D string, 7th, 6th, 5th, A string 5th. All right? Okay, and then going back to the G string. Oops, I'm sorry, I lost my screen. I'm going back to that little Mixolydian lick, which is on the D string 3rd, 4th, and then 5th on the A string. All right. Okay. That lick. Then we're going to the E string, 3rd, 4th, 5th, twice. A string 3rd. Back to E string 5th. Then the little move over to the D string 3rd. D string 3rd. A string 5th. So let me do that part. Okay, so this first part. Okay, so that second part again, E string, 3rd, 4th, 5th twice, A 3rd, A string 3rd, G string 5th, to D string 3rd, Alright, so that's that little run. Hopefully that was slow enough for you guys to pick that part. And then it does that little run where it's basically doing the same thing here, but moving to E, moving down the neck a whole step. So what the people say, Okay, so that one is, we're going to go to A string 7th, to D string 5th, to A string 7th, A string 5th, 6, 7, then to that E chord right there, that funky E, like, man, I think it's like an E9, it's a derivative of an E7, but we got this guy. It's a tricky one. You can hit it that way too. Just basically these two are on the 7th fret, but I like doing it like this. If you watch those funk guys, that's the way they do that chord most of the time. But and that, my friends, as people say, it's a great one to practice. Definitely help you with your timing and your rhythm. Funk at its finest. Enjoy.